Okay, so today we're going to talk about observation and inference, the difference between the two of them. So we've talked about the scientific method. This is kind of getting into how we get to the second step and third step of the scientific method. So observations are made and collected based on your senses and things that are measurable. So this is quantitative versus qualitative. Quantitative, quantity, are look for your in. That means number, measurable, countable. So we have things that are weights, things that are how hot they are, how cool they are, numbers, quantity of them, the length of something, how tall something is. That is a quantitative, measurable observation. Uh, Qualitative is something that is describable. So you can't measure a smell, you can't measure a taste, but anything using your five senses. So if it looks like a different color, if it's a red flower, if it's a purple flower, if it's a uh, green plant, these are different qualitative or qualities of the specific object you're observing. These skills help you describe and gather information based on what you are looking at. So an inference is something that is based on observations. So this could be a hypothesis or a conclusion. So you can create a hypothesis based on observations that you have about a question. You can also gather data from an experiment in an inference and use those observations to create a conclusion. So for instance, observations, you hear people screaming, you smell cotton candy, popcorn, and hamburgers, you see a lot of people. What would you infer based on those three things? So people are screaming, there's popcorn, there's lots of food, and there's lots of people. It could be a baseball game. It could be, well, the fact it could be a fire at a circus. It could be any of these things. Based on this little information, that's what you hear. That's what you think it is. All right, so let's look at these tracks. Let's go through this and list three observations. So for instance, let's say it looks like these are walking at a specific pace. These are also walking at a specific pace. There are green and red foot tracks. There's smaller ones, and then there's more wide webbed feet. Based on this, you can make your own inference. So write that down in your notes. Make sure you see your inference. Going into it, you see that the larger foot one is more spread out. So it could be running, it could be moving at a faster pace. Now it is moving around and doing this. So it could be the fact that you see something and you see these are intertwined. We don't see anything other than the footprints. So make your inference or your best guess about what's happening now. And now we only see footprints of one creature walking away. So what do you think? Make your observations. We see one walking at a normal pace, no dragging, no anything like that. So what happened? That is your idea. So when you're finished with that, write down your conclusion. I will have a set of questions on Google Classroom that go with this, and that is your assignment for today. All right. Finish your activity. You're done for the day.